Hey guys, so for some food prep this week, I have got a couple of takes on sugar snap peas as well as some Mexican food. I've got kind of a 2-for-1 for Mexican. So first, I want to give you one that you've already heard of before, but we're going to use a lot of the same ingredients, so it's kind of fun to see how you can make it a little bit easier to do that food prep. So what I bought at the store was a red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, an onion. Okay, dice that up, and I split it. So half of that is in here, bell pepper, red bell pepper, onion. And then I mixed in corn, beans, and then I put in, I'm dumping it. About a tablespoon and a half of chili powder. And then I always use about a third of that of cumin in with my chili powder to give my Mexican flavor. So about a third or a teaspoon of cumin. So a tablespoon of chili powder, teaspoon of cumin. And now it's all mixed up. It's not quite cooked yet. So I'm gonna make this is gonna be a casserole. Okay. And then the other half of the bell pepper, onion, I put in a container because it's gonna go with my tacos. Now I've posted this before. I'm gonna do ground beef, and sorry, not ground beef, stew meat. I'm gonna do this with stew meat in the crock pot. So I'm gonna put 2 pounds of stew meat, 2 packages of taco seasoning, and a jar of salsa, about 12 to 16 ounces. That's going in the crock pot. It's gonna stew all day, and this stew meat is gonna be like the best steak fajitas ever. I chose this week to do these bold, have you guys seen these nacho cheese, Old El Paso tacos? So good. If you're doing low carb, we're kind of upping our carbs this week. If you're doing low carb, you could skip this and make it all a salad, but who wouldn't want to eat these? They're so good. 17 grams of carbs, about 150 calories for 2 of them. So you could actually have 2 tacos there. And then of course we'll be doing a salad on the side. And that's where I did extra veggies. So like I said, this is gonna be about midweek, so I made my extra veggies on the side and I have a bag of salad in the fridge. That's one meal. Another meal, and it's gonna be so awesome. I just stepped in chili powder, that thing. This is gonna be a spaghetti squash Mexican casserole. It's gonna be super good. So I don't have my ground beef cooked up yet, but what I would typically do is make taco meat, basically. So I would do 1 pound of ground beef, so make some taco meat, and I put that in with this, and then I'm gonna show you how we do the spaghetti squash. So spaghetti squash, I've already cooked this. What you do with spaghetti squash is, this is how I cook it anyway. I take about 6 minutes in the microwave just to soften it up. So you smack it with the knife a little bit, you know, to kind of pierce it. You don't want to stick it in there without piercing it. The steam has to get out somehow or another. And then I stick it in the microwave for about 6 minutes, then let it cool for a little bit, and then it's gonna kind of look like you're gonna take it out and season it with about a tablespoon of chili powder mixed with a teaspoon of cumin. So I've already seasoned this, and then I baked it at 425 for about 20 minutes, or until I could poke it with a fork and get my fork through it. Now you don't have to overcook this, you just need to get it soft enough, let it cool so that you can pull the spaghetti squash out of it and see how it looks like spaghetti. Kind of fun. So I'm going to put that in with my Mexican casserole. Whoop. Just like that. So that's been seasoned, and that's really the key when you're trying to cook a little bit leaner and lighter and want to get all that flavor in there, is that you have to get, you have to layer your seasoning. So I season my veggies first, then I season this. And what I'm gonna do next, like I said, I'm gonna put this away, and then when it's time for me to bake this, I'm just gonna cook up some taco meat, throw it in, mix it in, and then I'm gonna top the whole thing with cheese and bake it a little bit longer. So I'm gonna bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then throw some cheese on top and put it back in for about 5 minutes till the cheese melts. So that, my friends, is my Mexican casserole. This with some ground beef in it. Also a little cilantro goes a long way. So the other thing I want to show you is how to work with sugar snap peas. So I know a lot of people get bored with their veggies. And this one I think is, when I mention it to my clients, they seem to think, oh yeah, I don't never really think about the sugar snap peas. So you can eat them raw, straight out of the bag, and they're totally fine. These I've chopped, and I really didn't stand there and chop them individually. I just smashed them down with the knife. And I'm gonna throw these in with this salad that I made. And the salad wasn't fancy, I just used some of my leftover onion and pre-bagged lettuce mix today. So I was doing some other cooking, so I was thinking, you know, if I feel like I'm doing a lot of food prep, then I just use the bag salad, it's easier. I'm gonna save time here, right? So this is gonna be my salad that we're gonna munch on during the week, okay? You can add some protein to this, like tuna or grilled chicken, whatever you like, just to get some protein up. But big, huge veggie fan, you wanna make sure you're getting lots of bulk, at least if you're like me and you don't like to feel like you're getting, like you're starving. Like to feel full. Okay, now, how to parboil sugar snap peas. So this one is pretty simple. I've got some boiling water, and I've got some sugar snap peas, and I'm just gonna drop them in. And parboiling means you barely cook them. So you're not really cooking them to where they're mushy, right? You want them to be crispy. But when you parboil, you'll see the peas turn this vibrant green. And so basically all I'm gonna do is let those sit in there for about a minute. And then I've got a nice little ice bath over here on the side. And let them go for a sec. They've already started to turn color and get a little bit brighter. That's kind of cool. These make the perfect snack. Some sugar snap peas and maybe some cheese cubes on the side. Or you can take them and dip them in hummus or your favorite dressing. So it just kind of makes them kind of plump, and then we're just going to drop them into some ice water, and that's going to stop the cooking process. So for mine, what I'm going to do, those are going to sit there and cool off for a sec. What I'm going to do, grab a towel. And some sea salt. With mine, is just gonna let them get cooled off there so they don't cook anymore. Yep, I feel good. Just gonna pull them out and lay them on a towel, nice clean towel, and then dry them off. And then I'm gonna use coarse sea salt on them because I just think I really like the crunch. But if you don't have them dried off quite a bit, the salt just kind of melts into them, which is going to probably kind of happen anyway. So yeah. So just like that, super easy. I'm just going to take some sea salt and just sprinkle them. And then you can put them in a little baggie or just put them in a bowl. This is a great munchie if you're trying to eat clean and you get home from work and you're just super hungry. Good, clean munchie. So that's my video for this week. Hope you guys have a good week.